Hello, 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 everybody. Here we are, the 20th of September. Happy Friday. Weeks are turning into hours. Things are flying. We're going to do some chatting, hopefully inspire, get people to think about things, which is pretty important. We're only visitors here, so it's good to take advantage of this life for the good. Anyway, as I want to give a shout out to our deaf community. They are pouring in for different shine the light, and it's really heartwarming. So I'm going to always try to represent the deaf community. As you can see, we have the, what's that mean, Chris? I love you.
I love you. I love you.
I love you. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to play one video. This gentleman's from, he speaks French, but it's a shine the light. We're going to do a little shine the light while we're on every day because I want to represent other people. I think it's very a positive thing to do.
Reminder,
Anyway,
reminder.
I'm going to do that when I come back.
Okay.
Bonjour, chers frères, bonjour, chers ambassadeurs. Je suis l'ambassadeur Sophie René de la Côte d'Ivoire. Alors, je suis très heureux ce matin de faire cette vidéo parce que nous sommes dans une entreprise icône et particulièrement, je suis émerveillé par cette entreprise parce que j'ai fait beaucoup de business en ligne, le business d'investissement que j'ai fait, mais ça a été toujours difficile parce que j'ai constaté que ces responsables de ces plateformes viennent pour s'enrichir et partir. Alors, lorsque un ami m'a parlé de Onpassive, un ami du nom de Charles, il m'a parlé de Onpassive, quand j'ai étudié le projet, j'ai compris que c'était un projet vraiment qui peut faire vraiment du bien à l'humanité. Et dès que je serai en possession des moyens que Onpassive va me donner, j'ai un terrain. Et sur ce terrain, je veux bâtir une école primaire, je veux bâtir un orphelinat parce que je veux aider les démunis, je veux aider les enfants qui en ont besoin, je veux aider les parents. Alors donc ce matin, je suis très heureux, je voulais de vive voix dire merci à notre PG H. Moufaré qui n'a pas lésiné sur les moyens et qui veut rendre vraiment l'humanité heureux. Merci et que le Seigneur nous aide pour que nous puissions atteindre nos objectifs, pour que nous puissions atteindre vraiment le but que nous voulons dans cette entreprise. Je vous remercie.
Very good. Oui.
Yeah, that was very good. So there's one person. We have shorter ones, longer ones, whatever. We'll do, if it's short, we'll do a couple a day. If it's longer like that, we'll just do one. One thing I want to shout out here, besides the pouring out of the deaf community is awesome, but also we're getting people India now. We're starting to get Bangladesh, and that's beautiful. Okay, and I tell them to come to the channel, subscribe, ring the bell because it's going to be on one of the lives. What I'm asking everybody that is watching this live, or if you come here later on in the day or whatever you're watching the recording, it's very important to me and Chris, and I'm going to explain why it's important to all of us, is when you come here, if you're not subscribed, please click the subscribe button and there'll be a little bell, click that. And what that will do is anytime we get new information, or if there's a new video, which I'm doing videos, I probably spend 5, 6 hours a day on different videos. A lot of the videos are other founders because we want to, I've always wanted to, I know Chris has, push people above ourselves, get people out in the open so they can see what's going on and be part of something. And so I would appreciate it if you would, if you're here or you come here or you're on Chris's channel, I don't care. Wherever you see us, subscribe and ring the bell. It's a big deal. Sometimes we hear information during the day, maybe from Mr. Mufara, and we will come on right away and do a live. I don't care what time it is.
That's right.
I mean, I partnered up with Chris a while ago. I still have my Onpassive Nation guys, Mike and Dan, but me and Chris here online, plus we're very, very, very good friends. We're like brothers. If I call him anytime, hey, I got some information, we need to do a live, or if he does it, we come on, we do a live, we put it on every channel. But whatever you do, if you subscribe and ring the bell will say, hey, there's a new video. You don't have to come right away. At least you get notified. So I would appreciate that. I love doing for other people. Part of the reason, one of the big reasons, one thing, yes, I need money. Don't kid yourself. Okay, every millions of billions of people are hurting. But the main thing, let's do what we can do. There's things we can do that don't cost a dime. One thing is, and this is what I wanted to bring up, and a lot of this is brought to my attention by looking at other people instead of looking at me. Listen, how often during the day do you look at your reflection? One time, if you go in the bathroom, most of the time you're looking out at other people. And I believe while you're doing that, you should bring those people to the forefront. And I want to tell you something. You know, that saying that says, 2 most important days in your life, the day you're born and the day you find out why. I want to let you know something I've learned at 64 years old. And I've done a lot of reading about this, watched videos, is stepping out of your comfort zone. Because you know your why, and let's not put religion in this, because there's nothing above me, my God, and Jesus, nothing. But while we're here on this planet, if you want to find out your why here, you need, it will help. I don't know if you need, but I'm going to say it will help you if you step out of your comfort zone. And I believe the secret sauce of Onpassive is there's something about Onpassive. I know what it is because I've been here a long time, and Onpassive is in me as much as I am in Onpassive, is the amount of people that I see stepping out of their comfort zone. Let me tell you what that means. It's so powerful because of what it unleashes. Let's say, I don't like talking to crowds. I don't like talking to more than only people I know. I'm not going to speak in public. When I was growing up, I had a lot of friends. I always had a big mouth, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes I spoke more than I listened. As I got older, I realized if you talk too much, you can't learn anything because you're never listening. So I try to listen. I try to learn. I want to know things. And the day you decide, I know enough, I don't need to step out of my zone, you might as well jump in a hole and have them bury you. Life's too short. Use your mind, use what you can do. But what I wanted to say is the most powerful thing in Onpassive is how people have gone from a quiet little mouse somewhere, watching, kind of hiding in the shadows because they're nervous, to coming out and speaking from the heart. That's coming out of your comfort zone. And let me explain, when you do that, other things will come out. Subconsciously, when you do something that's hard for you to do, you step out, other things come out that will also push you forward, something you normally wouldn't do, because it's a chain reaction. From the first time you put your name on a video to the first time you put your camera on, it actually emboldens you to go further and further and further and further. And Onpassive, this is not a product. We haven't paid for it, but it's the most valuable product in Onpassive is growing, being 100% of who you could be. When God gave us choice, we could have the choice to live in a 20-mile radius, put boundaries in and say, this is as good as it gets. It's not as good as it gets. I am living proof that you could do more. When I was in school, I sucked at it. I was horrible. I was always bored. I can't name one teacher I had. That's how in tune I was. I didn't want to be there, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, kind of a dreamer or whatever, but it seemed like and I wish now I would have done things a little different, but it's okay. Because what knocked me into reality was I graduated at 18, and finally I was smacked in the face. Hey, going and hanging out with your buddies anytime you feel like it's over. Like, I'm going to tell you a story my dad did. He called me out in the backyard in the picnic table where I am now. I grew up in this home. Hey, come here for a minute. Sit down. So I sit down because I'm going to tell you a story. You ever watch? We used to come on TV all the time. Yeah, I love it. You ever see them sometimes when they show like birds, and I go, yeah. You know how the bird they make a family, they make a nest, they lay 2 to 4 eggs, and I'm sitting there listening to them, trying to figure out where the frick is he going. I love nature anyway. I love birds, so he already knew that. So he's leading me in. And I go, yeah. And he goes, they sit on those eggs 17 to 21 days, like a robin. I go, yeah. About 16 days. Yeah. They sit on, keep them warm. They flip them over with their feet so they incubate correctly. And I'm going, yeah. He said, then they hatch. They have to get out of that shell themselves. But then from then on, the mother and the father go back and forth and pick up worms and bugs and come feed them. Yeah. And they have a shelter for them and all that. And yeah. Trying to think what the frick. And he goes, after about a month, sometimes 5 to 6 weeks at the most, they start getting they got pin feathers. The pin feathers break off, and now they have feathers. They stand up at the end of that nest. And eventually they get kind of shoved out. There's no room. And they fly. And they're on their own. And I went, yeah. This was a Wednesday. He said, you understand what I'm saying? And I go, yeah. And he goes, you got till Friday. So I went, damn. In other words, I always worked since I was 16. I had money. I blew every cent. I was rich. At least I thought I was. But then reality set in. I got an apartment, moved in with a buddy. Big chunk of my pay is now not going with me and my buddies. It's going to rent. And reality setting in. I have to get a job. And then I'm going, well, wait a minute. I'm barely getting by. And I'm going, this shouldn't be the way it is. It is. Then I met Dawn at 18. We got married when I was 20. We didn't have any kids for the first 2 years. Then we had kids. Boom, 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 boom. Every time she walked by and I bumped to her in the hall, I'm not kidding. Talk about fertile. I mean, just boom. Sorry. Oh, Marty, I'm pregnant. What the freak? Anyway. Sometimes I add a little humor to it. But anyway, as time went on, I thought I'm at a job. I worked at a factory. I got there from my brother. He was there, and I'm making good money. I was lucky, like Chris. I made pretty good money. I was in a factory that paid pretty well, not like the automotive, but good. And I don't have a degree. I barely made it through high school. Then I started thinking, when I got there, I start looking at people that are above me, a little more above me, and even higher and higher. And I'm thinking, well, they got to be making more. And we get in conversations like with the supervisor. If you don't mind me asking, you were a machine operator like me. Then you went to lead man. What does that pay? That was like 20 cents an hour. 20 cents an hour times 40. That's what I'm doing. Well, that'll help. That'll pay for something. You always correlate it to something that'll pay for. Oh, that'll pay for toilet paper. I mean, when you're living like that as a young person, you're every nickel, right? So I'm going to do that. So I did it. Then supervisor, then manager, and then let you know my story. But the reality is, I got out of my comfort zone when I got to the point where they have a board meeting. They have shareholders there from Europe, Japan, United States, because I was running a large part of the company that costs a lot of money to run. And they wanted to know the yield, like out of this much, how much are we making? And it was the hardest thing for me to do. You're going to have to give a presentation on Friday. Monday, I'm already pooping my pants, okay? Because I'm like, oh man, I'm not used to that. I don't know what to do. I've never done that. All that stuff. We all go through this. And then I started doing self-talk. This is very important. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. I'm giving you an experience that helped me. And I started talking to me. It's not a big deal. I would see them walking down the hall because they were always there a week early and got their $500 suits on. Hello, Mr. Whatever. And I'm looking, I'm going, he walks just like everybody else. Then I overhear him talking, and I'm going, he's human. And I'm talking to myself. I'm stepping out of the box. Now, I was forced to step out. I'm giving a presentation Friday, whether I like it or not. Now, if I go in there looking like Deputy Dog, I won't be given another one. You know what I'm saying? It might be my last. So I would work on it and work on it and work on it. Here comes Friday. I have convinced myself I can do this. I built my own confidence. I built up my own force inside. Now, I had other people talking to me, but nobody ever really, not like I'm passive, where everybody in the whole office is going, I hope you do good, Marty, because they don't. It's ruthless in business. So I went in, I sat down. Now, they didn't see my knees bouncing back and forth, because I'm terrified. I sat down. I didn't take any notes. Everybody's got a stack of papers in front of them. And I'm looking around. And I said, I could do this. I can do this. Now, you're fighting that thing in the head. Said, no, you can't, dumbass. You're going to trip and fall. You're going to make a mistake. So, Marty, what do you have about the so-and-so department? And I looked up, and it felt like a sprinter. You know how they look up and then they go? I looked up and I went, well, here's what's going on. And I ran through the whole list. What's going on? How much was spent? What was the electric? How many times machines were down? How many pounds an hour were they making? What is the potential, what they can make, ideas to make it better, blah, 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 blah. I got done. There's nods. Now, I want to tell you something I learned later on. When you're talking to somebody, I do this almost always because you're given You're given a positive thing of yes, yes, yes. And you'll notice if you're talking to people, they're doing it too. It helps you build it, okay? So that went through. I felt good about it. When I left, the president of the company an hour or two later came to where I was in the area where I work, tapped on my shoulder. Hey, Marty, you did very good. I was impressed. Okay, I did a building block. I stepped forward. Now, and this is really funny, I want to let you know this. Once you step out of the box, you're looking for that high again. It's like a high. You challenge yourself. So I constantly would challenge myself. And by doing that, as crazy as this sounds, the more I challenged myself, the more I made a year in money. It was a byproduct. I was challenging myself because I liked the high. But the byproduct of that is I got better positions and made more money. And I believe everybody I've met in Onpassive, I don't care who you are. So a lot of the women in all around the world are the strongest women in Onpassive. And I'm not just saying this because I have to deal with them, okay? I really mean what I'm saying. And there's a lot of men in Onpassive the same way. You can tell by talking to them, man, they have so much to offer. And by the way, they may not know it. That's why you inspire. When you walk up to someone and you hear them talk, I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean. Me and Chris go to a meeting. No joke. Maybe a new meeting. And I go mainly to look for diamonds. I've said this always, but I've been this way my whole life when I traveled around the world because I had to find diamonds in the business I was in because I need them to succeed. I don't know the language. So I needed it. But here's what happens. We'll go to a webinar. Somebody will pop up and they're talking a little bit and you're going, whoa, where's this person been? No joke. This happens many times. I start to text Chris. Hey, this person see, and I get a bink from him going, wow, man, we gotta get this person on Shine the Light. No joke. No joke. I'll give you other examples. Back when they were doing the LC, Ash had asked me, do you know anybody from this country, this? And in the beginning, I didn't know. It was my goal to know. No, I don't want to lie. My goal in the beginning was Onpassive Nation. We did not leave that bubble. No reason to. After that bubble got broke, then I wanted to go out there. And I'm so glad it happened now. But there's been times, Marty, this is from Ash. You have any idea, any other people that, because he knew I was a diamond hustler. Okay. I know that sounds funny. But I would go to videos or I'd find somebody, and no joke, go back and say, what about this person? This person seems, and he goes, yeah, I watched their video yesterday. No, really. So when you're in the mind of looking and building other people, they come to you. It'll pop out like, but if you go somewhere and your whole input is, I'm an LC, I'm the boss, I'm the leader, you never focus on anyone else. Yes, I can go in and talk about Onpassive for hours. Why? I love it. I could talk to you about Shorty or my other grandchildren for hours. Why? I love them. My wife is the best wife I could have ever had because I suck. And Chris knows, no, it's fact. But I found my reason why. My reason why was, even before Onpassive, was working with other people and watching them go into something they can be. It turns me on. It really, truly does. And people say, I know there's some people in Onpassive that speak about money all the time, and that really jazzes people up. Listen, I can talk to you about money and make you ruin your underwear. No doubt about it. doesn't turn me on. Why? Because my thing about Onpassive is people. A byproduct of Onpassive is freaking monkey that could choke a horse. Opportunity that's unlimited. Streams of income that you can't even see the end of it. Make Niagara Falls look like some kids peeing off a hill. Okay, I'm telling you, that's the potential we're in. So what do? I focus on the people. And I want to say, and this all goes back, I'm going to try to loop this back because I have trouble with that. I've been talking 25 minutes, 20 minutes. Make sure you step out of your comfort zone. It will pay off in quadruple. It really, really, truly will. And I want to say again before I turn it over to Chris, if you're out there and you feel like you don't have a place, or you're looking up like, well, that's Marty, or that's Chris, or that's Red, or that's bullcrap. And if that comfort zone means make a video and send it in so you don't have to be there personally, send it. We'll shine it out. Because I know part of it was we had a problem with people being able to connect, and they're going on and off and on and off. But you can make a video with your phone. You won't be here, but you'll be here. And you watch yourself and you'll go, well, I did pretty good. You know what I mean? What I want to do always is build up people. But part of that is you got to be willing to step into an uncomfortable area and only do it once or twice and you'll thrive to do it. It really becomes a drug of choice. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening to me for 25 minutes. I'm going to turn it over to Chris. All right, Chris.
Good morning, Marty. I love you, man. Hey, do me a favor. When we do meet, don't bump into me. That was pretty funny. Let me start off with a positive note. Number one, I love every one of you. Praying for you constantly. Milo Davis, Gemma Rameke are home, and they're doing well. Thank you for the prayers. Harold Fox's granddaughter is home, still needs prayers. And the rest, Robin Noble, Pat Parent, Julie Pierre's daughter, Chloe, my family, Marty's family, Ash's family, Cindy Hopkins, Regina Baker, and Daryl Cook's brother. Still pray for them. They all need prayers. We all need prayers. So prayers do work. Couple things real quick, because I'm not going to be that much long today. I just thought of something a couple minutes ago when Marty was talking about coming out of the box. I want to ask yourself this question. If you owned a business, would you be quiet about it? If you made coffee cups, it was your business, wouldn't you tell people about it as marketing? Hey, I make the greatest coffee cups in the world, or I sell the best water in the world. All right. I got news for y'all. You own a business. It's called Onpassive. And the more you put your business out there, the more people you're going to attract. More people that's going to buy your coffee cups, get that great water. That's what Onpassive will do. But it is your business, and you got to talk about it. No one goes into business and doesn't say a word. Guess what? I never said a word. I haven't sold one coffee cup yet. Okay? People want to know about Onpassive. People are blowing up my phone wanting to know about Onpassive. I want them blowing up your phone wanting to know about Onpassive. Shine the Light is going to do that for you. Don't forget that. Happy birthday, anybody that's got a birthday today. I don't have no long stories, but I do want to say this. Today, my son and I are going to go. He had a choice. Do you want to go fishing, or do you want to go ride the e-bikes at Metro Park? He said, let's go ride the bikes, Dad. Perfect. So what I'm doing when I show my live videos, if I'm on my bike or fishing, is because I want you to understand that's my time and freedom. I love it. I can't get enough of it. But what I want you to do, if you're not coming on to Shine the Light, and we got a lot of people right now, it's a good chance we're going to start putting these around. I think we got one coming at noon today. Am I correct, Marty? We're going to start putting these, popping them everywhere, because we can't get this many people at 10 o'clock. So we're going to start spreading it out a little bit.
That's
Ring
why
that
it's
bell.
good. That's right. That's why it's good to subscribe.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Ring that bell and subscribe. These will be popping up. We want you to understand who these people are, whether you speak their language or not. I just posted in a big group in India, but where is my Hmong community? All right, Tabitha, where are you at? I don't think we've got one Hmong yet on our Shine the Light video. I know you're going through some issues with your mother. Let's get it out there. Vietnam, I don't think we've got one person from Vietnam. I think we got one from Germany. And we got people doing all parts of the world. I had a conversation with Jeffrey Morlock yesterday. Very, very nice conversation. Because when Gemma was supposed to be on a show, she got sick. And he says to me, I know what it's like being on the other side of the fence now, because Jeffrey's doing it's a lot of work. And he's doing a great job at it. And we hope and that we know he's going to keep doing it. So, but when I go out on my, I'll probably do a live today with my son, cruising around Metro Park, showing you. I want you to show me what's your time and freedom. Not only just through Shine the Light, but make comments when you see that video. What do you love to do? Do you love taking walks, gardening? I want to know that stuff. I personally want to know. Marty wants to know that stuff. We want to understand who you are. We want people to know what you love to do. We already know. I'm going to say 99.9% of the founders want to help people. That's beautiful. But I want to know what you do. What is the biggest fish you ever caught if you did go fishing? What is the greatest vacation you ever went on and it was 10 years ago and you can't wait to do something different? Show us your dreams. Show us your time and freedom. All right? Life isn't about getting up to that alarm clock. And by the way, I got to talk to my ex-wife, my Donna, my ex-wife. She's got the worst alarm clock in the world. It's a rooster, and she don't hear it. I heard it. Get ready to throw away your alarm clocks. When I retired, I set my alarm clock for 4 o'clock in the morning, and it went off. I turned it off, and I laughed at it. Not no more. I want you all to be able to say that. Not no more alarm clock. Your kids got to function. How many of you just love going and watch your kids or your grandkids play sports, do a dance, or a play? I missed all that stuff, guys. There's no lie, because of that damn job. Work nights, couldn't get off, didn't have enough vacation time. I burned them all up trying to see everything else. I don't want you to go through that. But I do want to know what you like doing for fun. All right? Make those comments when we do YouTubes. It could be on this one, our lives. It could be on the ones we do separately. We want to know, what do you do for fun? What are you studying for? What's the goal that you have at the end? You know, but listen, we got one shot at life, and we don't know how many years we got. Do you want to fly a helicopter? I do. Do you want to jump out of a plane? I don't. But I want to know these things. All right? Get excited, my beautiful Onpassive family. Get excited. Stay pumped up. You heard what Ash said about Sunday. And I want to correct a lot of people. He's going on a private live to see how things are working. And then he said in about 7 days, it could happen. Okay? And you don't have to correct him or see if you see something wrong when it happens. He said, let me do this. He loves responsibility. He loves not sleeping. I don't know why, but he loves not sleeping. We all know Ash Mafara loves to fish. And by God, someday I will pick up Marty DeGarmo and we will be going fishing with Ash Mafara. And it'll be a lot of fun. And we can continue that. Let's continue happiness. Let's not think about the job all the time, even though a lot of us have to right now. I get it. I understand it. Just be happy. Something is coming so big, so awesome in every one of your lives. I want you to start practicing. Write it down every day. This is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to take my family. This is the garbage can I'm throwing my alarm clock in. All right? This is real, guys. And it's happening. And it's taken a few years, but that's okay. That's really okay. Every company, big company, just didn't start out day one. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. But Ashmafara's got this. He believes in you. He believes in our families. He believes in time and freedom. The only person who's not going to have time and freedom is Ashmafara. Because the more he gets involved in this, the busier he gets. But I promise you, we will go fishing someday with him. But that's it. Get out and have some fun. Tell me what you want to do. I need to know about your time and freedom. And it doesn't matter what it is. Everyone's got something different. All you hunters out there. Real quick, I'm sorry. I'm going on like Marty now. At my job when I worked with a lot of people that hunted. Oh, my God. The problem was there was only that 1-2 week period for deer hunting, we'll say. And not all of them could get the time off because so many people took it off. Ha! Scratch that. Are you one of those people? You love to hunt, but you couldn't get the time off because someone else took it? That's a job. That's a job. It has nothing to do with seniority. It's about, oh, this guy put his down. The smart deer hunters, the day after deer season, they put their vacations for the following year already. Most people couldn't get all that time off. So think about that. Time and freedom, not have to worry about what other people think or do, or that boss saying, no, we need you. You got to come in. Guess what? Onpassive needs you. And you need Onpassive. I can promise you that. Marty DeGarmo, thank you for all you do for me and for everyone else, especially all the work you're putting into all this. I love you, brother. Tell your wife, Dawn, I'm giving a big shout out to Dawn. I know Dawn personally, and I know what she does. She is a busy, busy woman, and give her my love. She has an aunt who's 101 years old, who just went through some health issues. It's a little scary. She's a little down today. Please pray for Dawn's aunt. I believe she had a stroke, if I'm not mistaken, Marty, and she'd broken the hip. And 101 years old. My God, I hope I can live to be 101 years old. But keep praying, guys. Deaf community, I love you. Let's just do this, guys. Get ready to be excited, wound up, enjoy your life, because life is more than just work. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
Fantastic. That was very good. Yeah, Dawn's aunt was more than just an aunt. Dawn lived with her a lot of her younger life, and yeah, she's 101. She had fell and broke her femur, and they were gonna put her. They're working on her. She's a strong lady. Last night she had a stroke. Obviously, Dawn's very upset, so pray about that. I'm happy to see that Gemma's back in here. The good news from Milo. And one thing we wanted to say, this is for Lystra. She wanted us to let everybody know that we did see her in pigtails and her pajamas. No, I'm joking. Okay, we did
forgot
not.
about that.
Yeah. No, we did not see her like that.
Hippie Lystra long stocking. That's what
it was. Lystra long stockings. No, but we did not. I'm sure she's going to find out that I said that. But anyway, love y'all. And remember, find out why. Find out your why. Onpassive is a big, big, big platform that there's no reason. Listen, it's not a 2-lane highway. It's not a 5-lane highway. It's lanes unbelievable. Everybody has a reason. Everybody has a why. Find it and run. Okay? Anyway, Thank you, everybody, for being here. Chris wants to say something.
One more, I apologize. I forget. Guys, I get a lot of prayers, a lot of birthday requests. My buddy in my Bill Musk group, Caesar Chicana's father, is going through some issues. Please say some prayers from there. Hi, Fat Mata. Hi, Liz. Hi, Tim. Hi, John. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Prayers always coming. Marty, I'm good.